What's up? I'm back. As you can see, I got a new camera. I've had it for a while, but I just wanted to get the other videos out, and then I realized watching them again that the audio was horrible and the video didn't look good either. The colors were all weird and wonky. So today I'm using my real camera with a real microphone, and there's a lot of birds around here, a lot of cars. Someone might honk, probably someone's gonna honk. So there's gonna be some background noise. I'm leaving the windows and doors open so that I can use natural light right now, which also keeps changing constantly. So let me adjust here. Now I'm really white. Isn't that fun? So yeah, today I'm gonna talk about poking the bear, rage bait. Rage bait is the new word for this. I'm a little old school. I like the idea of poking the bear because it's very obvious what happens when you poke a bear. You're going to get attacked. You're going to get mauled. You're probably going to die. Nobody goes up to a big bear, a grizzly bear, and just pokes at it and annoys it. And there's tons of stories of people going into cages at zoos or reaching their arm in, and guess what happens? They either get brutally injured to the point where they lose limbs or something, or they're dead. And they 100% lived real karma. They got real instant karma for messing with an animal, a wild animal. And underneath us, there's a wild animal too. But as humans, it's very paradoxical being a human. We have to control this wild animal. We cannot let it show through when we're dealing with these people, or really with most people in general. So that is like the number one thing that's going to come back over and over and over again on this whole channel, is that you've got to keep your cool all the time. You've got to remain calm, which is very hard. You might be angry inside, but you have to appear calm. That's the important thing, appearing calm. Take a deep breath, pause for a minute. Pausing is huge. I'm going to talk about the ways that people will do this. They will rage bait you. They will try to make you upset. They will try to make you defensive. They will just do things to make you angry or make you upset or make you defensive. And it's very important that you recognize that this is a game, that this is not actually, they're not getting the best of you. They're trying to, but if you remain calm, and I'm going to go over things also that you can do when this happens, because it's going to happen. It happens all the time. People do this with dating. They think it's funny, like negging people or whatever. They think it's cute. Sorry, there's going to be some background noise. I'm using natural light today, and I gotta leave the windows open. The last video had tons of banding. Also, I'm wearing my handmade, look, tie-dye here. One of my favorites. I did it a different way than all the other ones. Anyway, I'm gonna get into this now. So we know what happens when you poke a bear, or when you go into a tiger's cage. You could poke the tiger. It's the same thing, really. You're gonna get attacked. It's a straight up obvious thing that if you mess with a wild animal, it's gonna attack you if it's bigger than you. Even if it's smaller, it's probably gonna bite you or something. You know, you don't mess with animals. They don't have self-control like we do, which is great for them, honestly. But for us, like I said before, many things are paradoxical for humans. So we need to keep our cool. 100% keep our cool when we're dealing with these situations. But it's important to understand that the reason why they're poking you is it's a test. It's a 100% a test. And there's something about you, primarily there's something about you that is threatening. They see you as a big, strong animal, maybe not physically, but they see you as having some threatening aspect to you. Whether that's insight, intelligence, there's many things it could be. But they see you as a threat. Remember this. They see you as a threat, as a bear. but they want to make you lash out and then poke at you and say, why are you being crazy? Why are you being crazy? Just remember, though, there is something about you that they fear. And that's very important with all this. There's something that they fear. I already said, remain calm. I'm reading off I actually am a little more organized today. So, remaining calm is it's the most important thing in all these videos. I personally have a strong, I wouldn't say anger, but I have a strong disdain. I have a strong dislike for people doing injustice to other people. And even though inside I'm thinking, this is so unjust, what is this person doing? I know that I need to just stay calm, be cool. If you take a breath, let it out slowly, you calm down. Very important. Everything they're doing is provoking. They are literally fanning a fire. What they're trying to do is start a little fire in you and then just fan it and fan it and fan it. They're provoking. This is 100% a game and a manipulation tactic. They will say things that are offensive. They will say things that are hurtful. They will take small jabs too. They might be like, oh, I didn't know you didn't sleep, or like, you look like you didn't sleep last night, or something like this, you know? It can be very obvious, or it can be a small jab. You got to go with that gut feeling, how it makes you feel. If you get the ick and a little bit of anger, watch that and take a deep breath. Pause. If you pause, wow. The ways they like to poke you. Loud noises, like honking. If you're driving down the road and someone just keeps honking and honking and honking at you and you didn't do anything really wrong, you're wondering what is going on. They're rage baiting you. They're poking the bear. They're wanting you to react, but you can't. You literally don't even look at them. Don't even look in the rearview mirror. Do not flip them off. Do not get angry. I've been a victim of this multiple times where people go crazy on me. I had one guy get out of his car and come up to my car, and I was just like, what's going on right now? But I just kept my cool. In that one, I just kept my cool and was just like, whoa, this guy is crazy. I need to calm down. That's very obvious. When someone's just honking at you or something, it's the same thing. They're poking the bear. They could be yelling in public. They want you to look at them. Do not look at them. If someone is yelling or making a scene or being crazy in public, it's so important to not make eye contact. Keep your eyes down. Stay on your phone or whatever you got to do to just keep your eye contact away from them. The moment you make eye contact, they are going to lock on. When you're talking to someone and they say something that's morally incorrect and they're watching you, they're watching your reaction. They're going to say something offensive about you. They're going to say something morally incorrect. They might make a statement about a specific race or sexual orientation. Do not. You must always, if you feel this is happening, remain calm. They will disagree with you. They will disagree with anything you say. You could say, oh, the sky is blue today. And they will come at you, no, it's actually a light green tint. And you'll be like, what? What are you even talking about? In your mind, you need to think that, but you cannot react. I'm going to get more into how to actually react after this. Sorry, I got to have a little drink ski. Throat's a little dry today. They could be acting crazy in public, like yelling at their kids in public, or there's a lot of things. Yelling at their dog, hitting their dog, that's horrible. But it can make you very, very upset to see this, and you cannot react. You need to keep that cool and remember this is all a tactic. They are looking for a target. I'm going to do a whole nother video on looking for targets, because this is for people you don't know, strangers. If you're on a date with someone and they're just disagreeing with everything you say, or it's your boss, everything you do they disagree with, or they have a comment to make about it, there's a really, really very high chance, 95%, that they're rage baiting you. They're trying to get a reaction out of you. This happens all the time. It happens with parents all the time with their kids. Parents do this to their kids. Bosses do this. Co-workers do this. People that you don't know do this all the time. You could be out on a date and the person starts flirting with the waiter. This one is so obvious, but most people don't know how to react to this at all. Let's say the person is flirting with the waiter, yada yada yada, and you're on a date. Obviously that's not cool. Obviously that's not cool. They know what they're doing. They're trying to rage bait you. They know 100% what's going on, and they're trying to rage bait you. Let's see here. Oh, smacking their lips or slurping their food in front of you. I'm not talking about the noodles slurping countries yet again, but someone who's just violently eating in front of you and there's grease all over, and it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting, and it might make you sick to your stomach to the point where you don't want to eat at all. They're trying to do this. They're trying to get a reaction out of you. Stay calm. This takes tons of practice. At first, it is so impossible, basically, to not react. And do not beat yourself up for this. If you react, don't beat yourself up. It's totally normal. It's part of learning this. It's part of building that muscle to be calm in the face of craziness, like absolute freaking craziness. That's another thing. I got to stop cussing so much. I'm working on it. It's going to be frickin', freaking, friggin', or crap. I'm going to try to use those words, but you know what I mean. There will always be a next time. This is going to present itself forever in your life. As long as you're alive, these people are going to do this stuff to you. You might write one person off and then another one appears in your life. That you're going to have tons and tons of time to practice. Do not rush it. Do not beat yourself up if you mess up and you get angry or you defend yourself. Do not mess up. It's very hard to see these things when it's happening. It's an awareness, and you build it, and after a while you see it so quickly that you just write people off. You can have 2-sentence conversation with someone and be able to write them off right away. And I'm not joking about that. The best way to practice is to just live a normal life, go out in the world, interact with people, talk to people. Don't just become a hermit, because then you're never going to get any practice with this stuff. Like you really have to practice this, building that muscle of calmness, building that muscle of just being chill in the face of craziness. And I have a great thing to say here is imagine someone in the craziest scenario, like there's a burning building or like a car crash or something. Think about the person who steps in there unafraid, totally calm, and just handles the business. Unafraid but firm. Think about this person. They're unafraid, they're calm, but they're firm. They handle the business, they get it done. Think about that. You're going to respect this person. You're going to look at them and be like, oh, that person is a bad mother sucker. You look at them and be like, okay, like this guy can, or woman, whatever, anything. This person can handle business, and you have a huge respect, and underneath, there's a little bit of a fear of almost just like, wow, this person is for real, and you would not want to mess with them. This is the essence of it. calm but firm. And these people will fear you. Sooner or later, they will fear you, and it will be almost instantaneous. They will fear you. So in another video, I'm going to talk about people looking for targets, but I'll go over this quickly right now. Stranger. There's tons of people walking around looking for a target. When you react, when you are not calm, when you react and disagree with them and you state your disagreement, when you start arguing with them, you are the target. You are 100% the target. You're the perfect target. And they're gonna do this. They're gonna push and push and push and push and push, and they're waiting for you to react. And when you react, boom, they are locked onto you for life until you get rid of them, until you block them or you stop talking to them, whatever it is. They see you as a target when you react. Remember this. Okay. Now I'm going to go over the ways you can handle this. This is going to happen all the time. People do this so subconsciously, and I've seen it 100 times from people who have I mean 1,000,000 times from people who have no idea that they're even doing this. It's so ingrained in their messed up view and their delusion of the world that they see people as puppets, and if they can get the string around you, then they got you. They got you. And the reaction is the string. The reaction is the target on your back. Always be cool. Always be cool. And one of the best ways to be cool and to really see these people too, make them wait. Do not respond right away. Make them wait for a few seconds. If someone comes out of left field and you're on your phone, blah, 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 stay on your phone. Do not look up at them. Do not react. Do not make eye contact. If you're on a date and someone says something crazy and it makes you angry inside or it makes you want to be defensive and defend yourself, know that they're doing this. Catch it immediately and stay cool. Do not say anything to them. Just give it 2 or 3 seconds. 2 or 3 seconds. And most of the people, you're going to see almost a rage building in them. You're going to see this crazy rage that just comes up and they'll be like, like they can't handle someone not reacting to them. And making them wait is such a good way to deal with this. It is one of the best ways that you possibly ever could. If you have headphones on, someone talking to you, you just keep the headphones on for a few seconds. Finish what you're doing. Finish what you're doing. Do not talk to them right away. Give it a second. Take a breath and think about it. Do not defend yourself. There could be the craziest. Someone could be talking about beating children and say that it's totally good and totally normal, and that they could say the craziest, most immoral things possible, and they will. They frickin' will. Do not defend it. Do not. Once again, it comes back to making them wait for a second. But do not defend it. Do not, no matter what. I've done this 1,000,000 times. I've defended myself to craziness. You cannot argue with insanity. I know it's so cliche, but dude, most of the world is insane and they don't know it. This is a different kind of thing we're talking about here. You can always just say okay. It works so well. When someone's saying something crazy to you, just go okay. You can if you're feeling the spunk that day, you can even laugh a little bit and be like, yeah, okay. But I'm warning you, this might send them into a spiral of saying even more crazy stuff. And you don't want to provoke them right back. You want to stay calm and let it rain crap on your face and just act like it doesn't even matter. You know? Like, imagine someone just getting sprayed with crap on their face and they just don't care. You would look at that person and be like, wow, that person has some guts. They are tough. And that's exactly how you want to appear to these people. being funny. If you're smiling and you're having a good time, and the hate and the disagreements still keep coming at you, or the hitting on the waiter, or the whatever, if it makes you angry and you're still keeping your smile and kind of laughing about the whole scenario, it's the same thing as keeping cool. It shows them that you're not being affected by this. You want to, sometimes if you have something funny to say, you just say it. Just say it. Smiling. Smiling in the face of insanity is extremely important. Extremely. And this all takes so much practice. It's so hard to just go out there and do this first thing. You're not going to be able to do this. I thought I had the arrogance myself of thinking, oh, I can go out and handle these people. I know their game now. It's not just knowing what's going on. It's practicing it. Really putting it into actual real reality. And you have to catch it. It happens so fast. It is so fast. It's so hard to catch immediately. Do not beat yourself up. But if you smile, it's going to either bring up more reactions with them, or they're going to stop trying. There's two ways this goes. They either do more crazy stuff, or they just stop trying and they move on to the next victim. That brings me to my next one. Avoid people who are victims that don't seem like victims. Someone complaining to you. If someone is just complaining and complaining, this is the same thing. They want you to start complaining too. They want you to say anything. If you just go, okay, like it just doesn't even matter to you that they're complaining, and their complaint just goes in one ear, out the other. It will internally drive them crazy, and they probably just won't want to talk to you again. They want an ear to talk into, but if it talks in your ear and goes out the other, they can't do it. It nullifies their whole game. If you're having a bad day or you're in a bad mood, this happens to everyone, where you just wake up and something horrible happens and it just keeps happening all day. And it's not, people will be like, well, it's just your mental outlook. Don't listen to that crap. Sometimes things just happen over and over and over in a row. It puts you in a bad mood. Be very, very aware of this. Very aware. And know that you need to keep your cool extra hard that day. You need to be extra, extra vigilant that day, because you're already in a bad mood and you're already feeling a little crappy. I mean, maybe you just had a person die that you love, or a dog or a cat or anything, and maybe you just got in a car accident. Like, it could be anything that puts you in a bad mood. Be super aware and remember to keep your cool in the face of other people after those bad times. And I'm not talking about someone who actually loves you and you feel the love and they listen to you talking and venting. That's important. I'm saying if this is someone that makes you feel this way normally, or a stranger, remember that you're in a bad mood. It's totally cool. Just remember it and be extra, extra vigilant. It's getting a little darker here. I'm gonna kick it up a notch. Let's go to 400. Now it's really bright. Let's go back to 320. If someone is staring at you, I'm going to talk about this one and another one. Looking for the people looking for targets. I'm going to go briefly over this. If someone's staring at you, you feel their eyes on you. This happens all the time. You feel their eyes on you. Don't make eye contact with them. If someone's screaming next to you, or if they're having a fit, or they're yelling at their kids or yelling at their dog, they're just making a scene, in public. This is more for strangers. Do not make eye contact. Do not even look at them. It's best to just avoid eye contact. Avoid eye contact with craziness. They want your attention. This is all about attention. This is all, everything they do is for attention. Complaining to you. or being loud and obnoxious. It's all for attention. If you don't react, you're not giving them attention. You're taking away everything that they love in the world. That's all they love in the world. That's all that they care about. Exercise, 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 exercise. This is so important because not only does it make you feel more calm, it makes you more calm, not feel more. It makes you more calm. There's like chemicals released. It makes you way more calm, way more cool, collected, and you will be able to just handle more poo flying at your face and just not, it won't even phase you. Just, it's such a good thing to imagine someone getting poo sprayed on their face and just standing there like, yep, okay, okay, okay. Do not apologize. They're waiting for your apology. They're waiting for you to say, oh, this and that. They're gonna say stuff. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna say. They're gonna say, why are you so defensive? Why are you so angry right now? I didn't know you were so sensitive. I'm gonna make a whole nother video on that sensitive one. That is a heinous one. They want you to react. Your reaction, when you have a reaction, when you mess up and have a reaction, they're gonna hold it against you instantly. They will be like, why are you so angry right now? Why are you so angry? We've all seen that, like, when you're little kids, there's that one kid who's like, don't get angry, don't get angry, don't get angry, and they're like poking you in the face. And it's like that. I mean, that kid is a horrendous little narcissist just waiting to grow up into an adult piece of crap. But you have to see all of this as an attack, and always, always, always keep your cool. If someone says to you, why do you seem so angry right now? If someone is calling you angry, or someone is saying, why are you so sensitive? Why this? Why that? Just try to exit. Just try to exit the conversation any way you can. Just say anything. Just be like, oh, I gotta go. I gotta do this, that, anything. Exit, exit. Because they already have a one-up on you. And the more you defend yourself, or the more you say, oh, I'm not angry, I'm totally cool right now, even if you are cool, they're still going to keep pushing and keep pushing and keep going until you actually get angry. And it's crazy, but really it works to just find any excuse you can, or you can even just say to them, I don't like the way this is going right now. I don't like the way you're talking to me right now. I don't like this conversation. That works too. I don't like this conversation. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go clean my walls, you know? I gotta go dust my I almost said something nasty, but yeah, you just pick anything. You could be like, I gotta go make a cake. There's really nothing these people can do to contain you in that space. You just be like, nope, I gotta go. And if it's on the phone, just ignore them and know that this person is garbage. If they ever respond to you, why are you so angry? That is classic. It's the spiritual, the fake spiritual these people are narcissists. The fake spiritual are narcissists. Why are you in such a bad mood right now? Why are you in such a bad mood? It's manipulation. They're narcissists. They are the bad person. You are the good person. Just remember this. If someone ever says to you, why are you angry? Why are you so upset right now? Why are you being defensive? Or I didn't know you're so sensitive. Or why are you being so sensitive right now? That is your time to write them off. Write them off forever. Exit the conversation any way you can at that point. Any way. Say my dog needs to get his toenails and butthole clipped, and then just boom, out of there. And if you can make it funny or say something ridiculous, even better, because they'll just be caught off guard. They'll be like, what? Like, what just happened right now? This is all about catching these people off guard, because almost everyone's going to react to insanity with a little bit of anger, because it's frustrating to deal with. But if you can stay calm and cool, you are so far ahead of 99% of the entire world on this. And I'm not just talking the game of narcissists and empaths. I'm talking the entire world. People do not understand this stuff. If someone touches you when you don't want to be touched, you have the right to just say to them, "Excuse me, why are you touching me right now?" And if they say something stupid back to you like, "Oh, I didn't know it was illegal to touch you," or something like that, you can just say, "Please remove your hand." Because that's just ridiculous. But these are the kind of things these people do. They might try to touch you, and all you need to say is, "Why are you touching me right now?" Responding with a question that's not defensive and firm, but calm, will throw them off big time. I mean, if you're feeling good that day, if you're in the vibe and you're feeling a little feisty, you can even just say to them, first thing, if they touch you, "Did I ask you to touch me? Did I ask you to touch me?" And they'll be like, "Oh, I didn't know this was such a bad thing." They'll laugh about it. And that's when you know, exit the conversation. Exit, leave, block, never talk again. If this is your boss, find a new job. Work for yourself. I don't know. I don't care. Find a way to get out of it. If it's your husband or wife, you've probably been blind to this for so long. Admit to yourself that you've been blind, and it's time to move on. Life is harsh. Life is very harsh. If you stay calm in the face of harsh, brutal reality, oh my God, these people will just sense your aura from a mile away and just fear you and go the opposite direction. That muscle takes time. It takes a lot of practice and time. Just know that that's in the future. Be prepared for them to get worse and worse and worse. If you ever defend yourself, it's going to get worse. If they say one of those things I said, like, "You're too sensitive. You seem so angry right now. Why are you so sad? Why do you seem so sad right now?" If they say any of these things, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. If you defend yourself, it's only going to get worse. The attacks will get personal. They will get crazy. And you cannot let it go there. You exit the conversation if you can. If you cannot exit the conversation, if this is a workplace scenario, finish the day. Do whatever you got to do to get through that period of time, and then know in your heart that you need to do something else. You need to get another job. You need to get a divorce. You need to block this person. You need to do whatever you can. Or you need to gray rock this person. Anyway, that's a different video. Gray rocking is a whole different thing. It's the same thing. Being calm, saying okay, 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 okay. Just being like, just imagine the analogy over and over, being sprayed in the face with crap, just a literal poop spraying on your face, and you're just sitting there like, "Yep, okay, okay." Because that's the kind of Zen-like Buddhist monk mentality that it really takes this Buddhist monk level of just nonchalance. Just nonchalance. That's an amazing word. I love that word. Nonchalant. When something crazy is happening, stay nonchalant. It's okay. You'll start to find it funny because it's so crazy that you'll be like, "I'm okay. You can keep spraying me with that crap right now. Like, keep it coming, man." And I'm sorry for doing this thing. I'm not the bird pecking person. I'm sorry for doing that. I use my hands a lot, and I got the phone in the other hand, and yeah, I'm just an animated person. Anyway, those are all ways that you can literally deal with this. If you're on a date and someone's hitting on the waitress or waiter in front of you, if you're married and the person does this, then you need to remain calm and you need to just exit the scene as quick as possible. If it's a date, you find an excuse to leave, but you need to just exit. You need to exit the scene, whatever scene you're in right then. Exit it as soon as possible. And then remember in your heart that they're doing this on purpose. That this person is not going to change. They're never going to get help. These people never get help. There's nothing in their mind. There's nothing wrong with them. And they never, ever, ever will get help. In a billion, they're going to have a billion lifetimes. They're going to keep coming back because they don't learn the lesson. They are, if you're spiritual, they are an immature soul. Very, very immature. They got a lot more lives to go through before they figure out any of these lessons. You're not going to change them. You need to exit. Primarily exit the scene that you're in, the situation that you're in. Know in your heart that this is a bad person. They're not going to change, and you need to distance yourself from them permanently. Permanently. They will never change. They will act like nothing happened and come right back into your life again. They will never change. It's the same thing. They're the same person. So those are all ways that you can deal with this. The main idea, obviously, is keep cool. Be cool, honey bunny. Legit, just stay cool. Keep it cool. And imagine that person getting sprayed in the face with poop, and that they're just as cool as... I mean, they're cooler than LL Cool J. They're so cool that nothing affects them. They're literally like the person just in an emergency scenario who just says nope and just steps in and starts doing stuff. Super calm, just starts doing stuff. Doesn't talk to anyone, just starts doing things, making things happen. That's who you're working to be, is the person who makes amazing things happen while remaining totally cool, not freaking out, not reacting, not being defensive. Never defend yourself. There is no obligation in the world to defend yourself. Unless it's a legal issue and then you have lawyers, that's totally different. I'm talking about people you have no legal obligation to. You don't ever need to defend yourself. You can always say no. You can always make them wait. You can always be silent. You can always just say, okay. So if you can't exit the situation immediately, find a way to exit the situation as soon as possible. And sometimes that means waiting for a while. If there's kids involved, it's going to be waiting a long while. Or finance, anything like that. The point is, know in your heart that this is meant to bother you. If you stay cool, it can't affect you. It can't affect you, and they see no pleasure in you. They see no joy, and they will just move on. They'll get bored, or they'll rage on you. Either way, stay cool. Just stay cool. If they start raging on you, get even cooler. Know that this is all their insecurity. This is not you. This is their personal problem. And I'm going to finish on this note. They see you as a threat, the bear. They see you as a bear, and they want you to react like a bear. They want you to come up. I got to stop doing this bird peck thing. I know how annoying it is. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just animating with my jazz hands here. But they want you to react like the bear. They want you to freak out. They're rage baiting you. They want you to rage. Do not. Remember that the fact that they see you like this is the fact that they already think that there's something inside of you, your aura, that is a huge, huge threat to them. They already see you as a threat, and for them, conquering something threatening is the ultimate high. It's the highest source of supply, is the one that they see as a threat. The highest achievement is conquering the bear. And they see you as a threat. They are not going to show it, but know this in your heart, that there's some that you are a bad mofo. It's something about you scares them a lot. And they want to conquer that because they don't like being scared. They don't like not knowing what's going to happen. They don't like that one bit, and they see this in you. If this happens to you all the time, there's something about you that people fear. They're never going to admit it. They're never going to show it. But there is something about your aura that scares the living crap out of them. And they want to conquer you so that there's no more threat. There's no more threat involved. And they think, oh, I conquered the bear. I put its head up on the wall. I'm the best hunter that ever lived, blah, 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 all this stuff. Remember that there's something inside your heart that is so powerful that it scares these people enough to want to control your emotions. And this should be build a little confidence to keep your cool, to work on keeping your cool, to work on going out and talking to people and not becoming a hermit, to not fear every conversation, not fear your husband, wife, not fear going on a date, not fear anything, really, any involvement with humans. You might fear getting attacked by a real bear. That's a very valid fear. But it will make you not fear any interaction with people. Intimidation won't even really exist for you anymore. And it's so important to just remember that you are feared. At some level, you are feared. And if you stay cool, it shows. It shows how tough you are. It shows how incredible you are. It shows how much of a true threat you are, and a very apparent threat to these people. You are in their face showing them that you are an apparent threat. And it is really great when these people see you as a threat from the very get-go. They will leave you alone. You will dodge 1,000,000 bullets. How many people are 7-8 billion? You could dodge billions of bullets. Just remember that there's something in your heart that makes these people scared. Something very powerful. I don't know what it is that makes these people scared in their core. And they don't ever want to admit that. They want to control it. They want to control it more than anything. Do not let them control you. Stay calm. Imagine the person getting barraged in the face with poop and how chill they are, how tough they are, how tough they appear. And sooner or later, you'll be way more tough than that. Getting sprayed in the face with poop won't even bother you at all whatsoever. That's it.